Hello, and welcome to 5 Minute Math. Today we are looking at the fourth grade concept of modeling division. This is standard 4.4E in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 29 of the 2025 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. All right, so we've got a vanilla store that has 720 gallons of ice cream. We've got an equal number of gallons of each type, so we've got equal shares. So whenever we see anything that tells us we're dealing with equal shares or equal groups, we should be thinking multiplication and division, inverse operations. So we need to find an equation that cannot find the number of gallons of each type of ice cream. Okay, so we've got 720. Let's draw a strip diagram here. So I've got 720, and I've got four different types: vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, mint, four types. So let's draw a strip diagram here, and I'm just going to draw a bar underneath, and it's going to be cut it in half, cut each half in half. All right, well, first let's figure out how much is actually in each one. Let's do a little long division. I know I've got 720, and now I need to break them up into four equal groups. So let's do our long division here. And so remember, we divide, we multiply, we subtract, we check, we bring down. So we divide. 4 goes into 7 one time. You always look at that first digit if possible. If you can't go into the first digit, you go into the first two digits. And then we multiply. 1 times 4 is 4. We're ignoring all the other digits right now. We subtract. 7 minus 4 is 3. We check. Is that 3 less than the divisor 4? Yes. Bring one digit down at a time. And then we start again. 4 goes into 32 8 times. 8 times 4 is 32. Subtract. 32 minus 32 is 0. Check. Is 0 less than 4? Yes. Bring down. It might seem silly, but there's a big difference between 18 and 180. And we need to divide all over again. We need to, 4 goes into 0 0 times. 0 times 4 is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. That's obviously smaller than 4, and there's nothing left to bring down. So if we had anything left, that might be a remainder. In this case, we don't have a remainder. So we can say there are 180 in each of these. If we want to double check, we can just do the inverse operation. We can say, what if I had four groups of 180? What's that going to give me? 0. That's 32. 4 times 1 is 4. Add that 3 is 7. 720. So we're good to go. Now, we need to find which equation cannot. Now, here's the distractor here. If we're not paying attention, look what the very first answer is. 720 divided by 4. That's exactly what I just did. This 100% works. And I bet if students got this wrong, they weren't paying attention to this word cannot, and they selected it because that's probably the easiest operation or the easiest representation of this equation that we could use, and that's not our answer. We need to find the one that does not work. Okay, 180 divided by 4 equals 45. Well, 180 divided by 4 does equal 45. But what in the world does that have to do with anything here? You don't get 180 from the given information. You have to calculate to find the 180. And then why would you take each of these four flavors and then divide that into four smaller sections? There's not 16 flavors. So this definitely does not work, which means it might be the answer we're looking for because it doesn't involve the 720 and the 180, involves 180 and 4, and it gets us an answer of 45. I don't want to know that there are 45 gallons in each of these four types because there's 180. This takes my 4 times 180, which is what I did over here, kind of flips it. That works, which means no. And then this, you kind of invert the 720 divided by 180 to get the 4, which you can do that in a fact family. So that works. So the only one that's different is B, and that's our answer.